So last week, President Biden and his campaign actually called out Donald Trump for basically just sitting around watching Fox News, posting on Truth Social, and golfing instead of campaigning after President Biden did like a dozen states in 18 days. So Biden has been out, the last half of March and the beginning of April, going around campaigning, doing all the things that a candidate should be doing, while Donald Trump has been putting around the golf course and ranting like a lunatic on Truth Social. So at the end of last week, the RNC and the Trump campaign got together and they made a big announcement. Hey, he is totally going to go out there and start campaigning soon. Don't you worry about it, folks. Coming up this next week on Tuesday, which of course, 2 days ago now, he's going to Michigan. He's going to Green Bay, Wisconsin. So yeah, take that, Biden. In fact, they even said, the Trump campaign, after shattering records in primary and caucus wins in both turnout and margin across the country, because he was the only candidate, has locked up the nomination in one of the fastest timelines in modern-day political history, with an operation fueled by hundreds of thousands of small-dollar donors and energized supporters, and without sharing our strategy with Democrats through the media. We have the message, the operation, and the money to propel President Trump to victory on November 5th. Whew. Here's the problem. He did 2 events in 1 day this week. His first event's in a month. And he's got nothing else on the schedule. Nothing else on the schedule. So you're like, no, he's totally going to get out there and start campaigning. And then he did 2 events where, for the record, he made a complete ass of himself at both events. In Michigan, he went out there and once again said that migrants coming into this country are animals. So we got a ton of negative publicity for that. And then when he went over to Wisconsin later in the day, he made weird claims about electric cars. I mean, he literally said, talking about China, he said, they have that. We have gasoline. If you want an electric car, you can buy it, but you're going to be able to buy every other form of push, every other form of car and engine and motor that you want. A statement that means absolutely nothing because it makes no sense. Like, China has electric cars. We have gasoline. Okay, well, it sounds then like we're way behind them because we should be having electric cars too. But then he's like, but if you want an electric car or any other kind of motor, you can buy any kind of motor. Weird. Did not resonate well with the crowd. And of course, that's just 2 stops. What else you got? Where are you going to go? And the answer is that the RNC and the Trump campaign don't know because they don't have the money to fund it. He did these 2 stops in 1 day because they were very close together, right? You don't have to spend a lot of time. Yes, Michigan, Wisconsin, both considered vital swing states. So he can hit over here, he can hit over there, and then he can go back, thank God, and play some golf, right? Sure, it was killing him not being able to get out on the golf course that day. But the bigger problem, and this is one that the RNC swears they're going to address as soon as they can get Trump off his butt, they don't have a ground game in the swing states. A report came out about a week and a half ago talking about the fact that in all the swing states in this country, not most, not some, but all, Donald Trump doesn't have a presence. He doesn't have campaign offices. He doesn't have people in positions to actually run his state campaigns. Like, we've never seen this before. He has no ground game whatsoever. And the RNC's response about that was that we're rapidly building out the political operation. The party said they're going to open dozens of offices and hire hundreds of staff in the next 30 to 45 days. You should have already had that. That should have literally been done last year. And you're saying that hopefully you'll have it by mid-May? I have never seen the Republican Party this dysfunctional. And a lot of it, I do think, has to do with the fact you put 2 idiots in charge, Michael Whatley, Laura Trump. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have any money to do anything, even if they did know what they were doing. No money's coming in. You know, they're bragging about, the small dollar donors. Reports have told us, they've confirmed the small dollar donors have dried up. You have nothing. So, okay, you promised you're going to get Donald Trump off his butt and out there campaigning, and then the one time he did it, he made headlines for saying crazy and stupid things. So maybe it's in your best interest to just send him off back to the golf course and say, hey, bud, real great job on your rallies this week. Could you not do that anymore? Because I don't know what's worse for Donald Trump. The fact that he can't afford to have rallies, or the fact that he's so bad in the rally he's having that his campaign can't afford the negative publicity.